It is a little bit late to be beading, but I forgot my computer at work today. So I thought I'm gonna work on a little project that I have, that I'm making some earrings for my Nancy. So hopping on, and I thought, okay, who is awake? I think it's like midnight here in Hawaii. I'm not sure. My phone is tied into doing this, so I can't stop to check the time. So I'm just gonna keep beading. And if anybody's out there, come keep me company, or I can keep you company. If you're not yet going to bed, we can talk about beads. Hi, Amanda. I'm making some earrings. What are you doing so late at night? Are you at home and resting? I guess this is like my version if we could hang out together. So I'm just making some, am I even on camera? Making some basic wire wraps right now to do some earrings. If it's not in focus, let me know. Oh, what do I see comments? Let's see. Live chat. There. I can see what's happening. Now it is like we're together. So I'm just doing some basic wire wrap. Miss Nancy is going to be doing a hula rehearsal. I guess if I really want to share what I'm doing, I have to move that. How's that? Not really sure what's going to work, to tell you the truth, but since it's not a real tutorial and it's more like we can just chit chat, if you have any questions, let me know. Let's see if that works. Isn't that weird? It just does not want to focus. Might not be able to. I know, I'm like, this is not going to be a tutorial. This is just going to be a late night beading that we can talk about and share with each other. I'll delete this after, so if you guys want to comment and just chit chat with me, we can. All right. So if it doesn't stay in focus, it's okay. I want to just finish these earrings. It is almost midnight, but if you're on the East Coast, I bet you it's almost time to wake up. So one thing that I always do when I'm doing any kind of repeated basic wire wraps is it's crazy. Hang on one second. I'm realizing that in case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm trying to read my chat and nothing is coming through. So this is a very lonely little beading venture, because one, it's blurry, right? So that's crazy. So I can't even like show you what I'm doing and give you tips. Two, what the heck is it? What the heck is it like focusing on? Okay, I'm just gonna stop punishing myself, and I'm going to wrap this up and just show you the earring that I'm making, because Miss Nancy is doing hula on Sunday. Hi, Brenda. Why are you up so late? Are you making jewelry too? I'm trying to make some earrings. I'm not trying to. I am making some earrings. And this technique of basic wire wrap is the easiest that, if you're like wanting to make gifts for somebody, why won't it focus? What is it focusing on? Any tips, you guys? Why is it being so crazy? Like, stick with me. If you've ever who out there has made a YouTube tutorial? Then you can kind of give me some tips as to why this isn't working after. I've never used, I wonder if it's the camera angle, you think? I don't know. But I can tell you that if you're watching this and it's blurry, I would feel frustrated myself. Maybe one of my, I was gonna say one of our customers that will be like, the camera's blurry, and I'm like, dude, I know. Okay, let's see. Maybe if nope, the orientation is locked. I can't change it. So I'm using 24 gauge for this part. Okay, then I'm using 26 gauge for the crystal, and I'm using a 26 gauge head pin on the bottom. So in case you're wondering like why I'm changing my wires, it's I wanted these earrings to look delicate and dainty, and because the crystals are smaller, I wanted to use a thinner wire, right? But then that thin wire, when I put it into the piqué, it was a 26 gauge half hour, it felt really flimsy. And so then I changed from the 26 to the 24. Do you guys do that? Do you switch your wires depending on what you're making? And then I wanted to clean my wire. But here's what's crazy. My cleaning cloth that I had was kind of yucky, and it made my fingers all white. Ooh, I know what I'm going to use. I'm going to use a pro polish pad. Do you guys, have you ever used these before? They're really good. Watch. They just like take all that tarnish off. And tarnish is like huge in Hawaii. Huge. Because there's so much moisture in the air. Cannot help. That is one of the benefits of living in Hawaii, is we have a lot of moisture and humidity. So if you want crispy chips, yeah, that's just not gonna happen. What gauge is this wire? This is my 24 gauge. Ah, wrong one. It's okay. I need this one, so I'm gonna wrap the piqué with this. And then I'll skip to finding some 26. You know, I love to bead, and I bead a lot when I have free time, which is not too much since COVID. But late night beading is always fun. Is that better than the yellow cloth? Different, Brenda. Much different. So in terms of like using the white pro polish pads, like they don't buff. I don't know how to explain it. Like, let me think. If you use this, right, it takes off the tarnish, but it also, this polish pad doesn't last very long. It gets really yucky fast. So how do I explain that? The more you rub into it, the more it digs into here, and then it starts to deteriorate. Like I have some of those, you know, those yellow cloths, like this one here. That has lasted me for years. I'm talking like we've had some since we opened the Bead Gallery. That's pretty amazing. And those don't die out. It's just that those make my fingers black, and can't. That's just one of the things that happens when you use it. And if you don't want black fingers on video, then you might want to not use that yellow cloth. But for the most part, like 80% of the time, 90%, I use the yellow cloth. But then it makes my fingers look yucky on video, because then when I put my finger up really close, then I know, it's like really ridiculous vanity, right? So I'm like, oh, it makes my fingers yucky. And so I don't want my fingers looking yucky on video. So just ignore that, and I'd stick with the yellow cloth. If you're not doing video. All right. So then on the bottom of this, I'm going to work backwards, and I'm going to add on my crystal. So I'm just making 5 pairs of earrings tonight. I did do a short video tutorial for TikTok, and then I will produce that later into like a short video. But since I have 3 more pairs to go, I thought I'd pop on and hang out with you all for myself. So beading with friends is didn't attach the bottom crystal, but I'll show you a cheat. Okay, so if you unwrap it carefully, I don't recommend like undoing this and doing it multiple times because it will weaken the wire. But one time, it's okay. And then when you rewrap it, just rewrap it really nicely back exactly where you did it. Please focus. Now, please complain all you want and tell me how junk this is. Trust me, if you can't see a thing, I will try and attempt to figure out how to fix it so the next time it will be in focus. I can't honestly tell you why, because I have done YouTube lives, at home, and they have worked. So tell me, are we blurry? Blurry half the time, blurry some of the time? And if you're wondering why I need to ask you, it's because I can't look at the camera and my hand at the same time. So I am looking at my hands, trying to stay on camera. I can't tell if it's blurry. Amanda, can you give me some feedback? Because I will be deleting this video after. So if there's anything you guys want to know about anything at all, ask, because this will be a secret live. Okay, so this is 26 gauge wire. I'm using Lindstrom tools to cut, and then I'm going to switch to the 24 gauge wire, which is a little bit thicker, and this is the one that I'm going to add the pikake with. I did mark my pliers with a Sharpie pen so I can move a little faster, and I can keep all my loops the same size. So 6 pairs of earrings. My goal was to finish it before midnight. Did I? What time is it? A little bit blurry. Thank you for letting me know, Brenda. I will see if I can Google an answer because, yeah, look at that. When I stopped to look at it, I'm like, this is crazy. And you know the distance that I'd have to move my arm? Like, I can't even reach it with my left arm. I don't know. Our reliance on tech, it's like ridiculously, to me, not ridiculously not good, because we don't want to be reliant on tech to reach out to each other and teach each other things. And then when it's blurry, be like, sorry, I'm just rambling a chotto bit right now. I'm trying to move as fast as I can because I want to finish this. Look how many I've done. I've done 1, 2, 3, and this is number 4. Yep, feeling good. I pre-wrapped all my teeny little pieces, and I try to use one tool at a time when I'm beading. Just one. So this is the mother of pearl carved pikake. So jasmine flower. It's an Asian jasmine flower. How many of you out there mark your tools when you bead? If this was my job, I think I would not enjoy beading. Because, my thing is I do not like doing the same thing more than once. Like, I cannot. Eesh. Okay, I can see the comments now. Brenda says she's lying in bed. So you're getting ready to go, nene. Amanda, let me see my. Do you think that YouTube did this on purpose where it turns off the chat so we have to touch it like every 10 seconds? These are gifts, Amanda. Miss Nancy is going to be dancing hula on... When is she dancing hula? On Sunday. And so I wanted to make her a little gift. So, you know my mom, right, Amanda? She used to make cupcakes and lays and all kinds of things for me when I was growing up, whenever I had a performance or anything. And I thought that was so special to commemorate something I was doing in school or whatever it was. She would always make gifts. And so, like, when Nancy said she had her hula performance, I was like, "Aw, this is like they haven't done one since COVID." And I was like, this is really special. So I wanted to make her something. And then so mommy like that I wanted to give her something that she could give her friends to commemorate, and then they would all have something together to share the memories. I was really lucky. I had like the best mom. She never let me go empty-handed to an event, and always wanted everyone to feel special. So she's always baking and making. So lucky. So lucky to have her as my mama. Okay. I will take a picture and post this on the Facebook Ohana. You know what I really should try is doing a live on Facebook. Same setup. Don't change anything. And seeing if the native camera for Facebook is different. All right, look. I am jamming along with all my earrings. I have... Look, I didn't connect these pieces, but it's okay. I'll show you what I'll do. So I'll take a 24 gauge piece of wire, get some more wire, and I will wrap another one. Oh, so tired. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am watching Korean drama right now, and I'm watching about a autistic attorney. My K-drama is called, I think, Woo Young Woo. Oh my God, I'm so addicted to this show. And I know when people are like, oh, are you addicted to K-drama? You're like, no, I am loving this particular season of this show. I never watched Korean drama before, but my mom was totally into it. And then I started with, what was the name of that one? I think it's one that we all started with on Netflix, where she is on it's like a glider, and then her parachute gets stuck in a tree in North Korea, and then she gets rescued. What is the name of that show? Does anyone know? Because I can't use my phone to figure it out. Okay? Whoever knows, let me know. Something into you, falling into you, something. I'm going to check my live chats and see if anybody else fall, you, something. Okay. Anyhow, that was my first. See, when it's not like a total 90 degree, you have to fix it, okay? You have to put your tool back in and turn it just a tad bit more so that when you start wrapping, it will be a 90-degree angle. Very, very, very handy. What is this? This is 24 gauge wire. So I have to put that into a linky piece. Nope, that'd be 26. Okay, this is the piqué part. So I'll close this off. So sometimes when I bead, I'm so chaotic. I don't do the same thing over and over. I'm just like, oh, if this wire's in my hand, I'll just do that. But it's all good. In the end, I really enjoy just keeping my hands busy. And pre-YouTube, I just bead silently, which actually is okay too, except I was getting a little sleepy. So I was like, I'm going to open up my live and see who's out there. I miss all my friends that I used to bead with. I used to have these like Sunday groups that we would bead together. And then Amanda and I used to bead together. I don't know. I just miss that. Okay, so I'm going to take the 26 gauge wire, and then I'm going to attach a purple 4mm bicone onto that. My black line that I drew with the Sharpie is starting to disappear. So you can take your Sharpie and you can rewrap it if you want. Oh, sorry, remark it if you want. And if you don't want to, then don't. Because, at a certain point, when you do a movement like 20, 30 times, you tend to remember where you are. Okay. So, a lot of people ask me, why don't you, we were having some financial difficulties with COVID, keeping the store open. They're like, why don't you make jewelry? And I was like, oh, I cannot make the same thing over and over. You know what I forgot to do is I forgot to attach this crystal. Yeah, well, that's okay. We'll move on and I'll cut that one off later. But I don't like doing the same thing over and over. Michelle and I laugh because we're like, make a pair of earrings and she'll do one side. And then she's like, I'm done. I'm like, I totally know that feeling. So sometimes I'm like, I'm just going to make a pendant. And you make one side and you call that half an earring. No, it's actually a pendant. Okay. Whip it out. And we have one more side to go and we'll have 6 earrings done. Yay! I'm so happy. The best part is when you put the earring wires on and then you're like, yes, those are earrings. They're done. Okay. YouTube. If you ask me at the end, they always ask you, how was the quality? Oh my God, you guys, I think I'm done. You know why I have to stop? Because look, I forgot to add it on 2 things. So I'm going to show you what I did. I'm going to stop. I'm going to finish these. But I'm really happy because they're so cute with these little dangles at the bottom. So they're like pikake with teeny dangles. And I'm going to say goodnight because I made 2 mistakes. So I'm going to pull the camera away. I'm going to focus on these last ones. See? I have to get those little crystals on these 2. And that is going to be it for the evening. So I hope you all have a nice evening. I'm going to go and delete this live. And I think it's awesome because it gave us the opportunity to hang out together. So I'm going to give you a little heart and some loves. Good night, my friends. I hope you sleep well. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Good night, Brenda. Good night. Good night, Diane. Oyasumi nasai. 明日楽しみね。